Lovely. I thought I got rid of the frog in my throat, but decided to come back. Like it always does. So anyway, I wanted to talk about 2omb.Finance today because I heard Dow King talk about it and a lot of others, and so long story short, I actually put like $500 in there just to try it out, and then eventually as I get more profits, and I want to diversify my income stream, so I'll actually put more into this. I'll probably maybe put up to like 2,000 or 3,000 eventually into 2omb.Finance. So we'll talk all about that. But on a quick note, Australis Money finally, finished their rug pull and deleted their Twitter, because obviously like the mafia, right? You can't have any loose ends, and their Twitter was a loose end. So they finally deleted that, just in case some of you did not watch my how do I spot a rug pull video, which I did yesterday. So today was kind of busy because a new project called Cans World launched, and it's technically out there. You can actually buy it really cheap right now. The problem is there's a lot of restrictions and stuff, which is technically good, but the problem is, of course, rug pull risk. Now, everyone in the secret crypto group that we're in, we all decided pretty much ape in at a maximum of one Binance coin. I actually bought an additional like 0.42. And then in order to sell, you have to actually note up. So, long story short, that I'll probably talk about that project. Well, Friday. I might be able to do it Friday night because I got to do some family stuff for Chinese New Year this Saturday. Because we couldn't have it last weekend because of the stupid snowstorm. So, I got to make up for it this weekend. So. I don't know. I'll have the video ready at some point in a few days. But by then, I'll make it actually safer because obviously Australis Money, right? It rug pulled after 22 hours. So technically, we don't know if Cannabis World is going to rug pull as well. Right? But if it doesn't, they're basically like a much more stable version of Universe Money. But instead of a universe in space, Cannabis World's theme is weed and stuff. So that's 3% daily, Like, yeah, it's not very Christian and conservative, but at least, weed is like, fine, whatever, but the porn stuff, that's why I don't have the video on Playmates. Even though I don't have too much of a problem with it. But with that being said, I mean, Playmates is going to have a problem eventually anyway, because their tokenomics doesn't, eventually it will not work. At least Universe Money, like, have a burn and tax mechanism, right? Cans World has the same thing. In fact, Cans World is better in every respect, tokenomics wise, than Universe. But we'll save it for later for that video if it doesn't steal everyone's money. But the guy doxed himself, AMA. It didn't look like a deep fake. You saw his face, you saw his voice, you heard his real voice. You asked the guy is French. He's got a Russian partner, coder, and then like I guess his girlfriend or whatever was also like an admin or something. So it seems pretty legit. They did like a KYC at a pink sales pre-sale and everything. So that's why we're pretty comfortable that it should be okay. But hey, he spent like 3 hours longer than he needed to answering everyone's questions like on the AMA. And he's like, well, I mean, if you don't want to know it up, we don't really want you to be buying the project anyway. We want people who actually believe in the project. So it's like, I don't know. Rug pull people usually want to steal more money from you, So, all right, we'll see how it goes. But, I'm fairly sure that we should be fine. So, all right, just got to deal with my Firestone Idol RPG kind of thing. Okay, so Dow King in the elite group said, he said he gets a lot of traffic on his YouTube videos about this, and he's really gung ho about 2omb.Finance, like 2omb and 3omb, right? So I don't think I'll do 3omb simply because the numbers are much larger and the price pressure as a result of it is much greater. And to be honest, I really just want something that's stable and safe. So I never bothered with 2omb, so I don't know what this is, and I guess I don't really care, right? Because it just kind of, I think I'd rather just have 2omb instead. So we're only going to concentrate on 2omb and 2Shares. So basically, I think the foundation of 2omb is 1x 2omb, I know this is a little confusing, is supposed to equal 1 Fantom. So it's supposed to maintain a peg But instead of a stable coin peg where it's one coin for $1 US, here it's one X 2Ohm token equals one Fantom coin. Now, for whatever reason, this thing is actually overpriced, so I wound up buying it overpriced. So I think the way the mechanism might work is maybe if it's overpriced, the 2Shares pool, which is the boardroom, which we'll talk about, prints more 2 ohms. And if it's below, then it prints less. So that's kind of like how it works. But either way, the APR in this is about 4% daily, or a little bit below 4%. There's essentially no taxes on this. So you can see the stats here: circulating supply, total supply, blah, 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 blah. And in order to pretty much stake either of these clowns, either you have to buy 2Shares, which is actually real expensive around. It's like a 1,151 a piece. It's actually down $100. Or you can stake 2 ohm combined with Fantom as a liquidity pool, and then it pays out in 2Shares. So, you know, you go all right, so here's the 2 ohm chart. You know, it's under relative pressure, but you'll see that the lowest it's ever been is $2.26. So it's on its way down a little bit, but I'm like, yeah, whatever, because, you know, me buying this now, great. I remember this thing is like so screwed up. I have to change. Okay, let me see. So God, of course. All right. Yeah, this chart's really screwy because the price differential is like, I don't know why the chart on this is so bad. But anyway, this thing was as high, 2 ohm was as high as, like, I can't even mouse over properly. Was at like $57, $58. Now it's worth correctly what it should be, which is somewhere down here. And you can see like more buys are coming in. So there's plenty of good buying pressure. In fact, I tried going below. Look at this giant green candle with this giant green volume. Kind of like Jolly Green Giant. So for the most part, I figure, like, and Dow King did tell me in the Discord that this is actually the safer play, because I just want the safer play. All right, you want a more aggressive play, you go into 2Shares, and here's the 2Share chart. So I think the day chart on this is also screwed up. Oh, it's not. Okay, so this works. So 2Shares was as high. I can't remember. It's over about 22,000 a piece, and it crashed all the way down to whatever it is now, which is like 1144, 1150, whatever. Some asshole just dumped. So yeah, so I find it as a pretty decent time to actually just buy into this project. And apparently it's actually coded by a 15-year-old, and from the way it looks, he also codes 3 ohm as well. So you have a 15-year-old coding genius that's basically maintaining 2 fairly successful DeFi websites with crazy high APYs. So I'm thinking this is basically like Universe, except no taxes and burns. So there'll be more selling pressure. However, 2Shares does have a maximum supply cap in the ever, which is 70,000, and right now it's at 65. What is it at right now? 2Shares 66.5 thousand plus whatever this fraction is. So I think the max is supposed to be 70,000, like forever, because that's what this white paper. Yeah, I think that's what the white paper here said. I don't know if there's like a maximum on 2 ohm though. So, and I'm pretty sure I should look at the 2 bonds, but most of it is maintained. But no, we should have expiry. You can be a dividend program because only. Yeah, what does the 2 bonds do? You got selling right, redemption when 2 ohm equals 1.15, redeem 1 2 ohm and get 2. Okay. So a 2 bond actually just gives you more 2 ohms. Yeah, it's a little too complicated for me. You can read that in the documentation if you want. It tries to maintain a peg of 1x 2 ohm to 1 Fantom. Okay, yeah, so there it says the 2Shares maximum supply will always be 70,000. Okay, so pretty much 2Shares have already been minted. What? Remaining 65,000 T-share allocated for LP providers and 2Shares pools for 12 months. Oh, okay. So I guess the supply that I'm looking at, I'll recheck in just a second, is actually this 65,000. Okay, so it's already minted all 70,000. Oh, okay. So that's what Dow King's video probably meant when he said that when this shit runs out, you know, this thing's supposed to skyrocket. Uh, yeah, it should, because technically there's no more supply. Did I miss anything? Not really. I basically just got started. Astralis Money deleted the Twitter, so the rug pull is now fully complete. You know, and I'm in a new project called Can's World, but it literally just launched like an hour and a half ago. So we're just, I'm gonna. So a lot of us have decided to take the risk in the elite crypto group because they did do a really good job providing everything, working very hard with everyone. A lot of restrictions, the good kinds, that is. The project looks, the tokenomics is good, and the AMA showed the CEO's face. So and it did not look fake. So yeah, I think it's fine. But I'll be able to do the video like once Chinese New Year stuff is over for me this weekend. So and I'll give the project at least a few days old. So the guy was gonna rug pull. He'll his window of opportunity to rug pull is closing basically. Let's see. Mean of exchange. Okay, so from the way it looks, there does not appear to be a maximum supply of 2 ohms. So that can technically be infinite. All right. So 2 ohm. Yeah, right now there's like 3.1 million of these clowns. All right, so yeah, so 2 ohms can be printed forever, but not the 2Shares. All right. So technically a safer play is 2.0 because I don't really feel like going back to the documents. I do want to keep this video short because after this video, I'm not going to do the Eris Finance video because I don't know when I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow or something. I don't have any launches to try to snipe tomorrow. But the price volatility is less than 2 ohm than compared to 2Shares. Plus, I know it's supposed to only be worth the same amount as 1-to-1 to Fantom anyway because that's what the thing is. Just right now, there's not enough 2 ohms, so that's why there's a premium. So let's say you go buy this. Now we gotta like figure out how to make money off of it. All right. So the good multipliers. The only things I obviously care about are these two, right? The 20 ohm, the 2 ohm Fantom liquidity pool or the 2-share Fantom liquidity pool. So I think if you do 2-share liquidity pool, you get 2 shares. Yeah. So I don't do this one. I do this one, and then I get paid in 2 shares. I then take these 2 shares and I put it in the boardroom, which, funny enough, pays me 2 ohms. Because really, what I want is both 2 shares and 2 ohms, right? And if I need Fantom, I'll just convert it into Fantom to, for whatever reason, right? Sniping a Fantom launch, or I just need a little more gas, right, on Fantom. And then I don't really bother with these. Deposit MIM. Earn 2 ohms. There's a multiplier of 25x. Okay, I didn't actually see this before. Huh. Oh, these pools have ended. Please withdraw your funds. Okay, so yeah, you can ignore these. You can ignore it. I thought these were still alive, and then I was like, oh yeah, these are gone. Okay. Otherwise, I would have gone straight into this MIM pool and get like 25x return on a stable coin. Oh shit, there's a lot of you in here. Any specific news on Congruent? Nope, nothing. Because I think the auction is ending tomorrow, right? It'll be the last day of auctions. And then I thought we were going to launch on the 7th, but apparently we're delaying it to the 10th because they want to change the airdrop to wrapped stake gas. So, which is actually better because, I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you, and on top of that, I kind of told them that I don't really want to be on the policy team anymore, and they didn't really respond to that. So, P.S. Hi, thanks for your videos. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're here. The more that this channel grows, the better it'll be for all of us because I learn a lot of shit, and then I spread it to everyone so that everyone maximizes their chance of getting off of this stupid, bullshit, tyrannical system that we live in. But yeah, before I get to you, Ordinum, I went to Target today, and one of the stupid Target employees told me, "Hey, you need to put on a mask." Now I didn't argue with him or anything, even though I kind of wanted to. I was like, "Ah, fine." And then he gave me 2 masks. So the polite thing is to take one and give it back the other. But I knew that he gave me 2, so I just took the whole thing. I made it look like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Deliberately wasting his time. He's like, "You know what? Just take both." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I put it on, and then the other one I just dumped it in the basket like I didn't care. Right, I walked away, and then as soon as I turned the aisle, because obviously it's Target, right? So there's a bunch of like refrigerators, because I was in the cold food section, right, to buy meat. Yeah, I immediately just took it off. And he even eventually kind of saw me take it off, like about a minute later by the bread section. And he's like, ah, whatever. Oh yeah, and then when I finished paying for my shit, right? Oh yeah, I accidentally dropped all the masks right by the Target exit. So guess who has to clean that up? Oh yeah, the fucking employees. You are harassing me, right? So maybe next time, just don't fucking enforce stupid shit, and then, customers will be happy. Oh, and then there's a survey on every receipt for Target. It's like, hey, how did we do? So, I juiced it up a little bit. I went on informedtarget.com and I filled out the survey and I basically cursed them out and I told them, like, I am Chinese and you were harassing me. I am not a virus. I played all the left-wing bullshit just because I know as the left-wing people are going to probably read it. And I just basically told them, go fuck yourselves. And I put like zeros and ones on the survey. I made sure to make it look like, I was really mad. And then, that'll hopefully, reach HQ and they'll say, hey, maybe we shouldn't, harass people over this dumb mandate shit. Just whatever. Especially since the New York Supreme Court here in New York already struck everything down. So why the fuck are they still enforcing it anyway? It's supposed to be invalid. Hey mate, saw you were live, so wanted to say hi. Sorry I can't stay. Have a good live. Oh, good night. Oh, okay. Well, he already left. So yeah. Well, thanks for dropping by, even for a few minutes. So yeah, well that's a nice little sidetrack. But I'm into this crypto shit and politics shit because it really is starting to negatively affect me personally, right? I mean, maybe some of you don't care about freedom, but I fucking do. All right. I live in America. Well, I used to live in America for a reason. And now it's pretty much gone. So. I don't know, but the sooner I get out of this dumb shit city, the better. And then it'll just be sunny, good times in Florida. I'll deal with the excessive conservative boomers in Florida on my own time. But I'd rather deal with that than this dumb shit. So, anyway, getting back to this. 2Share initiative incentives have started. So I think what we've read before, this is the multipliers where, they're distributing like 65,000 of these 2Shares. They said it's for 12 months, so I don't know how long this has been live. I guess according to, I had a chart, which I guess I'll have to go back here. So I guess according to this, it's going to last 12 months after this thing launched, once this thing loads. So according to this, January 4th, 2022. So January 4th, 2023. So basically we've got another 11 months. Now, I don't know what's going to happen if they don't well, actually, I guess they do distribute everything. That's why the APR is so high. Oh, that's probably what it is. So yeah, I guess you might as well just stake it now and get all these 2Shares. Because again, I wasn't sure how they were going to mint the 2Shares because they said it was 70,000 max, but as we just saw in the documentation, it's already been printed. All 70,000 have already been printed. Now it's just being distributed. So I think that's what Dow King meant when he said this is a multi-million-dollar play for him, because he says once all these are distributed, 2Shares should skyrocket, which theoretically should make sense because there's no more dilution, right? But with that being said, these multipliers will also go down, so we'll worry about it then. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying the 2Share ride. So I am in 2ohm and Fantom liquidity pool. So you got to combine these two Papegos together to create this, and you get yesterday was at 4.14%. Now it's at 3.75%. I mean, the markets are kind of a little bit of wibble wobbly right now. Let me see. 37,000 Bitcoin, Binance 3. Yeah, I mean, fucking idiot crypto is always. I mean, the markets did okay today. It looked like it was going to go negative, but it did okay. And of course, there is a total fear trade. So totally safe. The Manarino index is lower. Actually, what is the Manarino index? If I could find myself here. Oh, great. I keep getting logged out of everything. I love this. It's so annoying. 105.3. Yeah, so it's still pretty low. So whatever reason, people don't want to buy crypto. Very annoying, but basically another dip buying day. But I mean, of course, we're all getting kind of tired of buying the stupid dip. Can this thing go up already? So yeah, I mean, you just stake this. It's pretty much better, technically a better yield than even Universe and Titano because technically there's no taxes, so you get the full amount. Of course, the downside is price volatility, which is why I'm buying 2ohm because I know 2ohm is supposed to match the price of Fantom. So ideally, 2ohm would be $1 or one will be the same price as one Fantom or less than that. Because if it's less than that, I would definitely be I would actually probably trade 2Shares to buy more 2ohms. Uh, because again, I guess however he designed the contract or blockchain, the token is supposed to force itself to be 1-to-1. So I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. And again, going I very close the chart, you know, again, this thing was as low as like $2.26 anyway, so it's already pretty close to the bottom. So I'm not really, whatever. That's where the MMRI went down. No, it actually makes sense. The the Mannarino index went down because of this, because bond yields are going down. When bond yields go down, this risk factor gets lower, right? Because remember, it's measuring this TNX is 10-year U.S. Treasury yield. So the smaller this number gets, the smaller this whole thing gets, right? And the U.S. I really hate that this dumb shit. Oh, that's right, because I had to clear my entire browser. I had to clear out my entire Brave. Oh, great. DXY. God, the way they have it spelled is so freaking annoying. DXY. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over to. I'm gonna manually do it. Oh wow, Cans World is finally seeing buy pressure too, so that's good. DX-Y.NYB. Okay, DXY. Okay, I'm not gonna remember that. DX-Y. There we go. And the dollar index went down. Yeah, so everything went down. So yeah, of course it's going to go down. Yeah. I mean, it should go down further, but, whatever. Yeah, so, but it's exactly like Mannarino said. Like, market risk is going down this week. In fact, as soon as I saw the bond yields today, once I saw all this crazy shit going on, I was like, okay, is this it? It's like, oh, I mean, I knew it's probably, this is not it, but I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Because, the Fed's, Mannarino's a little bit nervous about the Fed. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, bond yields going straight down across the board, fear trade. And then I immediately closed it because I was like, okay, nothing to worry about. Time to buy the dip. Right? And we're all sick and tired of hearing that. So let's see. I guess we could look at this. I don't personally stake 2Shares in Fantom because I don't think there's a point to this. Because I don't want to deal with the constant fees. I don't want to have to constantly claim. And to be honest, if I'm holding 2Shares, I don't want impermanent loss. I want pure 2Shares, pure 2ohms, or pure whatever. I want one token, all right? Because right now, remember what's happening. Everything, like crypto especially right now, it keeps going down. So impermanent loss is gonna fuck you in the ass. And it's like I don't want to deal with that. So you can do the same risk with 2Shares and get 4.11%. But there's no point. Just stake 2Shares. Do not risk impermanent loss, and look, you get more APR. So you remove one big risk factor, which is impermanent loss, and you get paid more APR. And on top of that, 2Shares drops a lot in price because it's very expensive and very they're kind of distributing a lot of it. So people are dumping their rewards like crazy. Right, because they have a lot of 2Shares, which then generates 2ohms. Right, that's what the boardroom gives you. And then we have a bunch of 2ohms. Well, what do a lot of them do? Right, they'll either dump the 2ohms or they'll combine the 2ohms with Fantom, turn even more 2Shares, and then dump that. It's like an endless cycle. So yeah, but aside from that, on average, we're getting pretty good money. And again, it depends on what you want to do. If you really just don't care about the price, all right, then the maximum greedy play is to go all out 2Shares, and then just keep buying 2Shares, and then even dump your 2ohms to buy more 2Shares, because you know that eventually by January 4th of next year, 2023, I think there's not going to be any more 2Shares rewarded anymore, because that seems to be what the document, the white paper said. You know, maybe you could probably do the same thing in 3Ohm, but for now I'm already like involved in so much stuff. Maybe I'll look at 3Ohm later, all right? Which is these guys, 3Ohm. But you know, like I just don't want to deal with the volatility anymore. There's already just too much crap out there. I need something a little more stable. So basically, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, but yeah, I'll probably just title it, you know, earn up to 4 to 5% daily APR from 2Ohm, staking, you know, 2Ohm, Fantom, and 2Shares, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not really much more to go with this. Like, this project is run by a 15-year-old wizard genius, right? So not only does he know how to code, and he seems, I don't know if he does the website design himself or he hires someone, but I don't like the style, but it looks okay and it's very simple because it's not designed to look good. It's designed to run well. So I'm like, okay, I can respect that. You know, the tokenomics are solid. Yeah. So pretty much, and you're buying at the bottom, which could go further down, especially if we get another market correction to the downward side, because like Greg said, there's supposed to be an energy correction coming up anytime soon. So that always fucks up the markets. But I mean, the markets are already screwed up, but energy is still very high and does not have their correction. So I don't know what's going to happen. I do know that energy will correct once they announce a peace treaty between Ukraine and Russia, because that's really what's driving up oil prices right now. Because Russia is getting increasingly annoyed with America, and so is everyone else. And Biden is already unilaterally moving troops into Poland, Germany, and I forgot the third European country. He hasn't moved into Ukraine, I think. Not yet. So, you know, they'll do their little song and dance. They'll piss everybody, America will piss everybody off. They'll do the arms deal with Ukraine. They'll make a few $100 billion, right, for the military industrial complex. And then they'll probably declare peace. Because it's pretty obvious that the Russians really do mean fucking business. Like, they don't want to fight, but you push them in a corner, which is what Joe Biden's trying to do. They're going to bite back, all right? And they're just going to just come in and just take well, they're going to at least take eastern Ukraine so they can rejoin physically with Crimea, which technically belongs to Russia right now, right? They annexed that shit or whatever. And the people of Crimea even voted to join Russia too, so it's not like they're going to be, it's not like America is going to say, oh, well, you know, we're going to free them. It's like, no, they chose to be Russians because they view themselves as Russian, genetically and ethnically. So let all that play out. Unfortunately, it'll cause these crypto prices to kind of dip because people are just scared and stupid. So that's just how it goes. In the meantime, just going to keep compounding, keep withdrawing, keep making money. I got to try to rebuild. And then hopefully Congruent will launch. You know, things will get better. The worst of the correction seems to be over. So it's just a matter of just hanging in a little longer. Just a little longer. Unless, of course, the Federal Reserve fucks everybody, does not raise rates, and then that's it. It's Armageddon. It's Armageddon. And all bets are off. But let's not worry too much about the future. So I don't see any more questions in the chat, and I guess I could just end this video here. But check out 2omb.Finance. I'll make sure I leave a link. I better remember to leave a link to the site. So my personal strategy, let me refresh one more time. My personal strategy is just stake 2Ohm. Alright, the 2Ohm Fantom LP. Get my 2Shares, I claim them, and then I immediately take those 2Shares and I put it in the boardroom and I stake it here. Alright, because I don't want to deal with twice the amount of impermanent loss. And on top of that, the boardroom is still better anyway. You get more 2Shares, and the 2-share Fantom liquidity pool pays less APR. So you're getting paid less in 2-share Fantom liquidity pool, and you suffer impermanent loss, both when it goes up and down. So it makes no sense to use this, you know, shitty pool. So stick with these two. That's what I'm doing. I think Dow King does something a little different, so you can watch his videos and decide for yourself which one you want. So, but other than that, you know, I'm happy to have another stable project, right? So now we got Titano. Hera Finance did a partnership with Zeus Finance, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all that. I mean, maybe I'll be in Zeus Finance. I don't know yet. We have Universe. We have 2Ohm. Hopefully Can's World works out, and that'll be 4. And then, of course, we got Eris Finance coming out. You're going to be very happy to hear that, right? But that's not launching for another 12 days, which is nice for me because I need a little more time to build up my bank, so my bag, so I can buy a shit ton of, you know, Eris Finance, because that will take over Titano, right? Because we have the admin team in the elite group too. So, and on top of that, you know, I gave them the name of the equivalent of the Titano play. Okay, so I created the name that they're gonna call Eris Play. It's not Eris Play. It's gonna be called something else. I'm not gonna mention it just yet. So, we're making big plays here, and it's all for us and for you. Because again, we're getting sick and tired of these rug pull scam F words like Australis Money or Deimos or really just shit projects, right? Like Mimiverse, or I guess Nodec is going down a lot too. And it's like, yeah, because there's just a lot of scammers out there, and they're like doing these like Colossus calls. Like they're all part of this like bullshit where, hey, we'll give you a bunch of the tokens, pump it, and then we'll dump it, and all your suckers will be our exit liquidity. Like, I'm kind of surprised they're not. I mean, technically what they're doing is illegal, but like how are you gonna track that, right? Because it's not technically illegal to say, hey, you found this new thing, check it out, all right? Like, how are you gonna expose that they were receiving secret coins and then pumped it, right? I know that's called something. They make movies about it all the time, like Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street and Boiler Room. I know it's called something, but that's basically what they're doing, and it's just frustrating. So whatever. And of course, there's the other project I can't tell you about yet, but that's probably not gonna be out for at least a couple of weeks. There's a lot involved. There's a lot involved, coding wise. Okay, so that's 2Shares. No, this is the 2Ohm LP. Okay, yeah. So, all right, up to you what you want to decide. Just make it money or hold and hoard some of these, or do a mix of the two. And next video I will do is, I think maybe tomorrow, if I got time, it'll be Eris Finance, the Titano fork. All right, by Helios, Eris, and Helios Atlas, I think, right? I don't know. I have to check let me check. What's his name? All right, because they gave us the go-ahead to talk about it. Let's see. Well, Eris is AFK. What, is he hidden or something? Well, I know he didn't leave the Discord. Oh, Helios is the first name. Eris is the name of the project. Oh, that's how they do it. Okay, so his name is Atlas. Yeah, so it's Atlas Eris. Yeah, he's offline right now. So, yeah, well, MDV always gets banned because he always pisses people off. But yeah, he's in our group too, but whatever. Okay, I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. But if there's like launches and a bunch of other stuff, I'm also going to delay that because I actually make my money off of doing all this stuff first, and then I do the video. And then, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day or night. Like, subscribe, spread this video around. Enjoy 2.0. Still a little volatile, but I basically told you the most stable. Why is it? Yeah. I told you the most stable part of this platform, which is the 2Ohm pool. All right, but it's still going to be pretty volatile, especially because, again, it's 28.73% overpriced. Right? It's supposed to be 1-to-1 Fantom. So, but you're getting like 4% on average per day daily. So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next video.